The air was crisp as the college bus rolled into the countryside. The students of St. Mary's Literature Department had arrived for a prestigious two-day seminar hosted by a neighboring university. Excitement buzzed in the air, but amidst the cheerful noise, Professor Richard Evans stood quietly, sipping tea from a thermos. He wasn't fond of trips like these. Too much noise, too many awkward student interactions. At 45, he was the most respected but most mysterious man on campus. Tall, graying at the edges, always dressed in subtle tones and surrounded by an air of quiet sorrow, no one really knew much about his personal life. Students whispered stories of lost love, a secret past, or even heartbreak. Sophie Walker, a 22-year-old top student in his final-year literature class, had always admired him from a distance. Beautiful and sharp-minded, Sophie had a curious spark in her eyes, the kind that made people pause when she entered a room. She noticed something different about Mr. Evans, something deeper, hidden beneath those cold, observant eyes. Chaos erupted at the reception desk as the college coordinator realized the rooms were misassigned. With overbooked hostels and missing reservations, students and faculty were being paired up wherever beds were available. "Mr. Evans," the administrator called out, flustered, "we're terribly sorry. We only have one spare room left and, well, it has to be shared." He frowned. "Shared? With a student? Sophie Walker. She's in your class. It's either that or one of you sleeps in the hallway." Sophie stepped forward. "It's okay with me, sir. We're adults." There was a pause. The moment felt strange, but Richard nodded. "Just for the night." The room was small, neat, and quiet. One bed, one armchair, one window. The sky outside was cloudy, promising rain. Sophie placed her bag on a chair while Richard kept his distance. "You can take the bed," he offered. Sophie raised an eyebrow. "Sir, you'll kill your back on that chair." He didn't reply. She sat on the edge of the bed, pulling out a book. After a long silence, she finally spoke. "You always act like you're made of stone." Richard glanced at her. "And you always act like you're not afraid of anything." "I'm not. But I do wonder why you always look so sad." He looked away. "It's not a story for students." "I'm not just your student tonight," she said softly. "I'm someone who admires you." He turned, surprised. Their eyes met, and in that gaze was a connection neither of them could deny. They sat by the window, the room dimly lit by a warm yellow lamp. Rain tapped gently against the glass. "I used to watch you in class," Sophie admitted. "You speak with so much passion, but there's always pain behind your words." He sighed. "I lost someone. A long time ago. She was everything to me. Love." He nodded slowly. Sophie moved closer, her voice quiet. "I thought I didn't believe in love until I saw how you looked when you read poetry. You made me believe it's real." Their hands touched accidentally. And stayed. A breath passed between them. Then, too. She leaned in gently and whispered, "Would it be wrong if I kissed you?" He didn't answer. So she did. It started as a soft kiss. Tentative, unsure. But it deepened, slow and intense, as if both of them had been waiting for this moment their whole lives. Their bodies moved together like poetry, hands exploring, hearts pounding. His lips traced her skin, and she sighed into him, her body trembling with every touch. It wasn't lust, it was something far deeper. Every kiss was filled with unspoken longing, every embrace a healing. They lay tangled beneath the sheets, whispering secrets, sharing broken dreams. Sophie stroked his chest as he lay beside her. "You've hidden your heart for so long." "Until now," he said, brushing her hair back gently. "You're different." She smiled, but there was something in her eyes. A shadow. Richard woke up before dawn. Sophie was asleep, her hand resting on his chest. He smiled for the first time in years. But then his phone buzzed. Message from college coordinator. "Urgent. Need to speak with you regarding room assignments. There's been a serious error." He texted back. "What kind of error?" The reply came fast. "There is no student named Sophie Walker registered in your class or on this trip. We checked all records. Please confirm if this is a prank." His heart stopped. He turned. The bed was empty. No clothes. No bag. No trace of her. The room looked like no one had stayed there with him. Panic rose in his throat. He rushed outside, asking every student he could find. Sophie Walker, where is she? They all looked confused. Who's Sophie? Back at the college a week later, Richard couldn't focus. He went into the archives, looking for any mention of Sophie Walker. He had to be losing his mind. And then he found it. A dusty article in an old campus magazine. Headline: Tragic loss. Promising literature student dies in car crash en route to seminar. Photo: Sophie Walker. Same face. Same eyes. Same smile. Date: exactly 20 years ago. On the same weekend. He dropped the paper. Taped to the back of the article was a handwritten note, faded but legible. Sometimes love waits across time. Thank you for remembering me. Sophie. Some loves are fleeting. Others are forever. Even if they only exist for one night, in one room, between two souls who are meant to meet to cross time.